Welcome to Education Lifeline. This is T-Bro Paul, and today we'll be looking at the different measures of spread. Now, if you haven't watched our previous video on the measures of center, a video will be linked in the description below, as well as the top right-hand corner of your screen. Please check that video out before watching this one. The first measure of spread is range. In order to calculate the range, we simply subtract the smallest value from the largest value within the set of data. The second measure of spread is the interquartile range, or abbreviated as the IQR. This is the measure of spread within the middle half of the data, which we calculate by subtracting the first quartile, or Q1, from the third quartile, or Q3. Similar to calculating the mean, we must make sure that the data set is arranged by increasing order. The first quartile is the median of the observations smaller than the median, and the third quartile is the median of the observations larger than the median. If the number of observations is even, include the smaller centermost value in the lower half and the larger centermost value in the larger half. If you need a refresher on how to calculate the median, make sure to check out our previous video on the measures of center. The third measure of spread is standard deviation, which is the typical distance of the observations from the mean. We calculate it by taking the difference of the observations from the mean, taking the sum of these squared, dividing it by the number of observations, and then taking the square root of this number. This is probably the most complex measure to calculate, so look at the example to clarify these steps. In this dataset, we are given the numbers 2, 5, 5, 7, 9, and 14. The range is the smallest number, 2, subtracted from the largest number, 14, which gives us 12. For the interquartile range, we must divide the set into halves of 2, 5, 5, and then a second half of 7, 9, and 14. The median of the first set is 5, or Q1, and the median of the second set is 9, or Q3. The difference of these values gives us an IQR of 4. For the standard deviation, we need to obtain the mean first. We calculated the mean of this dataset in the previous video on measures of center for a value of 7. The sum of these differences squared gives us 2 minus 7, or negative 5 squared, plus 5 minus 7, or negative 2 squared, plus negative 2 squared again, plus 7 minus 7, or 0 squared, plus 9 minus 7, or 2 squared, plus 14 minus 7, or 7 squared, to get us a value of 86. Dividing this by the number of observations gives us a value of approximately 14.3333. Remember, the number of observations in this data set is 6. It is important to note that the value of the standard deviation squared is called the variance. So if you took the square root of the variance, we would get a standard deviation of approximately 4.1472. If this video was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to Education Lifeline. Be sure to watch our next video on dot plots and data distributions, and check the description for other helpful resources. We include more tips as well as practice problems in the description of every video. Please make sure to leave any questions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.